Hey, FlimsyLunchTray here, and welcome back to part 2 here with Sleepy Salmon. Giving him some player review, critiquing advice. If you go back, watch part 1 if you need to. Part 2 is going to focus more on, I'm going to try to coach him more on his positioning. That seems to be one of the big factors here that's been difficult for him. He's been playing the Tier 8 British Destroyer Lightning. We're here on Northern Lights in Domination mode and randoms, and he's got a tough game ahead of him, I would say. Unfavorable matchmaking. So let me walk you through how I start off playing a destroyer. First thing here, I'm going to pause real quick. What's the lineup, right? So when that timer's ticking down, I'm first looking for radar. You've got a Stalingrad. What that is that? Okay, it's French. So you have one radar. I'm like, what's an Osborne? One radar. You have a hybrid at play, so you can be mindful of his spotting. You've got a Jaeger with excellent spotting, 5.4, CAG with 5.4, Osborne has 5.8, and a Daring, ooh, I really hope you don't run into him, with 6. So this is not favorable matchmaking for you right now, my man. So my first reaction here is to play safe. So maybe on, that Trident battle, and you commented on it too, I think I'll throw it in the edit, that maybe you should have played more aggressive towards the end there and getting rid of the Mahan so you could farm the BBs. Exactly, that's definitely was the right play to have done there. Here you're kind of be looking to play a little bit more safe. So this is my mindset right now, okay? Do I go out and support the Shima? Do I go to the 9-10 line, or do I go for the cap? I would actually go out with the Shimakaze, support the Shimakaze, secure the 9-10 line, and then look at coming into D. Now, a few reasons for that is, one, it'll give you time to find out where Stalingrad is at, because he's got poor conceal, right? His best is 14.2. It tells you if the radar is here at A or not. B, it gives you more time to find out where the destroyers are on the map. So as your destroyers are moving across the battlefield on the mid and the other flank, they'll probably run into the destroyers, right? So it gives you more information about what's here at B. D. So I would have actually gone out with Shimakaze. Now, having said that, you haven't done that, okay? So let me go off of what you have done. How would I play going for D? Now you are waiting here. That's a good sign. I would look to my right. What's the cruiser over here? Stalingrad. Okay. So that's good information. No, don't torp. There's no need to torp right now. Okay. Hang on to the torps. Wait until if there's a DD that smokes up or something, have it in the back of your bag. Then I would be looking, okay, look over here on the map, find out what's over here. There's a DD engagement happening. So the big thing that helps you with your positioning is reading the map. Map awareness, mini-map awareness. So I'd be looking to find out what destroyers over here, because it's going to tell you which destroyers are more likely have a higher chance of being here. Who's not here, right? Knowing who's not here is just as much valuable as knowing who is here, okay? Now you're backing off, you're sailing away. Why? Nothing has happened to, well, actually let me take that back. If I'm reading the mini-map, Stalingrad's coming this way, right? So actually what I would do is, okay, there's the radar. I probably would have moved up over here, like maybe sit down here in the corner of this island. Now granted, let's see, you would have been, and it gives you an opportunity to get out of jail free card, because the CAG's here. Here comes Kearsarge Plains. CAG's out of gun range, so it doesn't matter. You turned your AA off. I would have actually just left it on there to help the Alaska out, but you got it off now, so that's fine. You're playing passive. Why are you asking Vermont for support? You've got 2 battleships here. You've got an Alaska suiciding, and you've got a Shima on the cap. Like, I would already be getting on the cap for Shima. I'm not sure why you're asking the Vermont for support. He probably, maybe, there's a hole has opened up at C. These guys are unchecked outside of this battleship, so he might be repositioned to help out with C. So I wouldn't be asking him for support right now, because there's more action that's needed from you here. So yeah, so definitely go get on the cap. Okay, so Daring killed Benson. So Daring's in C. Okay, why are you playing with your speed and slowing down before you get in the cap? So will you get in the cap at time? Yeah, barely. No need to slow down there. So now what's happening? You've got this cap. Honestly, what I would do, I would move to C now. So that's where the need is. So you got a Shima here. You've got battleship support here. There's not much more to be done here right now. Okay. Yes, there's a Vermont back there. But there's nothing else to do here. So go help out at C. Now, taking engagement with a Daring is going to suck. But you're basically just trying to trade hit points in a way that's going to work to your advantage. That's what I would do for now. Okay, looks like the Shimei-Kaze's also moving with you. Alaska's moving up, or he's just trying to get away from the oppressive fire. The other thing that's bad about here at sea is you don't know how... There's 2 cruisers at sea as well. So are they aggressively pushing up through sea or not? Okay, now you've been radared, right? So this tells the Stalingrad you're coming. So then I might consider not pushing out more right now because you don't know how far he's come up. Like maybe I would slow down and chill out. And you're chilling out. Okay, now we see where Stalingrad is. I can see it on the mini-map. You're circling back. Maybe you're circling back because you see Shimakaze is coming. Okay, I don't like this. Your AA is not going to do anything on the Kearsarge planes now because he already started the attack run. Yeah. Okay, you got AA off again. Okay, coming here for now works. CAG spotting you. Right, take the engagement. Definitely take the engagement here. I wouldn't have smoked so soon. No, keep shooting, keep shooting, keep shooting, keep shooting. Okay, when you can guarantee damage with the guns, go with the guns. There's no... I would have... there's a bit pressure on your team. Now you guys are down 4 ships. There's more pressure for you to get more of the enemy destroyers knocked off. I would actually go bow back in and go for the... what was it? Nakats... I forgot what you just shot at. Was it Nakatsuki? Kagero. I would actually go back, bow in, push in through here. You've got 2 battleships coming down. You're okay. That's okay to do. Okay, Shima got the Daring, so that's great. Yeah, so CAG is still in that cap, or in over here. Now he's not able to see these guys over here, so that's good. He probably knows that they're there. It looks like my call actually was bad. I'll take that back. So I said I would have pushed the CAG. This guy was there, right? And when we looked on the mini map, we saw him coming. So maybe you saw that, and I missed that. But I would have had smoke ready because I wouldn't have burned it when you did, because CAG was going behind the island and you were going to go dark. So that was a wasted smoke. So you would have had it if you had pushed and he would have caught you out. Your play style mimics more... It almost seems like you're trying to play Lightning like a cruiser, because you're not willing to get close. Yeah, you're not willing to get close. Okay, the British destroyer line is... If you want to play a passive destroyer line... Yeah, let me rephrase this. It's not like you're playing a cruiser. It's more like you're playing like the torpedo Japanese boat line, right? You're playing very passively. If you have played the Jap destroyers already, I wouldn't be surprised maybe if your run rate... I don't know what your run rate is with Lightning, but maybe your run rate is higher. You keep slowing down and it's kind of freezing. You're not sure what exactly you should be doing. Oh, there's an Osborne there as well. So during the British destroyer line, what I was trying to say, needs more action. You have to kind of be taking these pot shot engagements. In the smoke screen, you always dictate the engagement because it's a short duration smoke and it's a short cooldown time, right? So you're kind of having these little knife fights, these little brawls with lightning, if you will. So you take on those fights. Did you just lose both your... Oh, one battleship suiciding. Cool. So you're taking these little fights, if you will. Okay, seriously, I don't know why you're... There's no threat to you here at D besides these destroyers here. There's no need for you to keep throttling. You're going full speed, you're slowing down. You're going full speed, you're slowing down. If you want to get the most out of this British destroyer line, it requires you to be a bit more aggressive. I'm guessing you are wanting to reverse into the cap. Honestly, you don't have time to reverse into the cap. Good shots, by the way. You got a set of permafire. You're gonna get kill here. No, the Montana finished him off. You don't have time to sacrifice here. Okay, why are you going forward now? They're 10 kilometers away. Ah, bro. Nah, bro. You missed it. That was... you really needed to be stepping onto the cap there. Really needed to be stepping on the cap there. So when you... One of the things, like, see this? You have a big points difference. So you got to be a bit aggressive. You got to slow their points here. I think it was a missed opportunity earlier to not try to get more hit points out of the CAG. And I would have possibly played aggressive. I didn't know Osborne was there. Granted, I should have because they're in a div, right? And I've already spaced that. And I think Stalingrad's coming around. Maybe he's coming around this way. So my bad as well. It's hard to keep everything in mind at times. But if you see CAG, likely the other destroyer div mate's with him, right? Now, even if you would have been radared while sitting in D, like, so what? You need to get the cap there. Your RPF located, and it looks like, you know, Kearsarge is coming for you because the Stalingrad lit you up on radar. Your A is still off. But as a, yeah, positioning, you got to be willing to be a little bit more aggressive with lightning. That's what I would like to see. I mean, heck, we could even division up sometimes. Just message me. I wouldn't have smoked there. No need to smoke. Okay, now you you didn't know the cruiser was there when you smoked up, but see what you did there? You smoked up, and now you're not going to use the smoke. You drifted outside of it because you need to take more big steps away. Now Kearsarge might just keep circling around you and not striking you. He's just going to keep you lit for the cruiser. If I was Kearsarge, that's what I would be doing right now. Yeah. So now, okay, now you're in a situation like all you can do now is run. Because Kearsarge, she's just going to keep you lit for the cruiser. So if I see the cruiser, like I'm just going to pot shots on him. But you're not contributing. I don't mean this, and like I'm not trying to be harsh with you here, but you're not contributing much to your team here with how you're playing the Lightning thus far from what we've seen in part 1 and part 2 here as well. So you kind of slow it down into that one. Yeah, take the Osborne engagement. I would keep focusing him. You can be going forward here. You can do some throttle juking. I wouldn't smoke up. There's no need for you to smoke up here, so don't think about smoking. I would say DCP, get rid of the 2 fires. There you go. Very nice. You're playing with your throttle. You are playing with your throttle, my dude. That's nice to see, but yeah. But honestly, this was like really sucky matchmaking for you, like hardcore. It wasn't great. But I would have been more aggressive with that cap rather than running away. Like you're setting up, looked like you were going to reverse it, and you just decided to run. Yeah. So let's do another one, and I'll try to do more about coaching positioning. Okay, well, Northern Lights. Ooh, you're bottom tier again. This sucks. Okay, so we're looking for radar. Brisbane, 12-kilometer radar. No CV, no hybrid. Okay, you've got a division of CAG in Wiesbaden with Massachusetts and Brisbane with Brindisi. So is it, okay. So standard battle. So this is going to make it easier. So you're not going to have to worry about really capping, just defending the cap, or maybe you get lucky and you're able to get on enemy team's cap. All right, positioning, go this way. You can kind of go, like what I would do is I would kind of go along this line towards the corner of the island, and then I would bounce out and kind of come out this way. Because when you get about, let's say here-ish, the other enemy destroyer should be about here-ish, right? So then you can kind of turn out and disengage if you need to. So definitely go out here. Don't do this. Go full speed. There's no need for you to be throttle juking right now and slowing down. Are you slowing down because you want your cruisers to be closer to you? There's no need for it right now, if that's the case. So you don't know what's out here, right? So we're going to be looking to see what's happening across the mini map as well. We want to find out where these guys are at, particularly focus on the divisions. Marceau is super bad news for you if you run into him, as well as the Brisbane, and then Brindisi smacks you with the sap salvo. Battleships actually aren't that big of a deal for you. Actually, yeah, not too bad of a deal for you. So really, it's... Okay, so Brindisi? Okay, so... Hold up, what did we just do? These guys are in a division. So if Brindisi's here, Brisbane's here, right? Most likely. That's the right play for Brisbane, I would say, to come out here. So I would already... I would be beginning to turn out. Like, come out this way a little bit. So just provide the spotting for your team. They know Brindisi's coming. I would just come straight out. I don't think you need to run back right now. But just come straight out. But don't go back in. Yeah. You don't know where Brindisi's at right now, right? Because if you get caught out by Brisbane, you spot him, you're in his radar, buddy. You ain't getting away from that. So I would definitely be thinking about turning out. I think you're wondering about trying to torp the Brindisi, but we still don't know where Brisbane is, although cruiser just got spotted over here. But now, destroyer information, right? So now Marceau's right here. You definitely got to get out of this, man. Like, I would stop, full stop, smoke up. There's Brisbane. You spotted Brisbane. Okay? He's going to pop radar as a response. And, yeah, that's not good. He should, at least. Yeah, there it is. Okay, Marceau's going to eat you up. Brindisi's going to sap you now. So you need to make yourself as small as target as possible here. Smallest target as possible. Don't shoot your guns. You don't need to shoot your guns. Just get out of the radar. There you go. You're sailing straight line. You aren't being shot. But the Brindisi, right, he could be lining up a salvo on you. And you don't... Do you not have priority targets? Or do you not see that in WoW's replays? Okay, nice dodge there. Nice dodge. The Twerps I wouldn't have shot. They're 8 kilometer. There's no need for you. They're all running away, right? All running away. So, this is my reflection now. I think you took the shot just because Marceau was leaving your gun range and Brindisi wasn't close enough. A little cheeky. I don't know if I would have done it there because Brindisi was probably very close to being reloaded there. Okay, so you've poked the enemy bubble. We know what's over here. This is a bad flank for you. So the only things you're going to be doing right now is providing spotting for your team. That's really the only thing you could do. I would also look behind me. Who are the cruisers behind you? Maybe you can share your smoke screens with them, right? That's what I'd be doing. Because these guys, you know, he's going to be gunboating, he's going to be gunboating, he's going to be gunboating, right? So I would turn into spotting and then possibly dropping some smoke for your cruiser buddies here. I do... I would have smoked up and then started popping shots off on Marceau. You were playing with fire there, my friend. You were playing with fire, because Marceau will definitely rip you a new one. It's a Schroeder. I don't remember what conceals on Schroeder with smoke fire penalty. Yep, okay, slow down. Stop. Give your cruiser players a chance to respond to that. Yeah, so when you sail away from him, you're breaking off disengagement faster, and the advantage you have here with Marceau is you outspot him, so you could be an annoying destroyer here on the flank, and just keep him spotted, right? Unless he's like he doesn't care, he's gonna be gunboating, right? But the one thing is, if Marceau decides to go aggro on you and turn bow in on you, you're gonna lose that engagement, right? So I would try to be kind of at a distance here. Try to see if you can end up spotting the Marceau. I think he's got 9-kilometer torpedoes, and spotting him for your Schroeder, your battleship back here, and whoever else is over here. So this, unfortunately, is going to be really more passive gameplay for you. Now Brisbane is at 12. Yeah, nice. You're taking advantage of the radar by your friend. That's a really good play. Really great to see. So kind of the only thing that works to your advantage here is you kind of have to bide your time. And you're doing that pretty well here. Don't go backwards. Yeah, go backwards. Oh, I think you went forwards and then you went backwards. Yeah, that might cost you. Yeah. So when you saw the torp, you went forward and then you went backwards, and so you stalled yourself out and basically kept yourself locked in that same position. Nice. So either you should have just gone full forward or you should have reversed there. Yes. I don't know whose torp that was. Is it Marceau? Maybe it was Brisbane, because Brisbane's got like 13.5 kilometer torps. Okay. Now, Marceau's off the board. You could... Yeah, Brindisi just pushed in. This is still... Actually, now, the DD's dead on this flank. I would go elsewhere. I would go ahead and reposition. I would just sail this way. Looking on the mini-map here. Can I actually make that bigger? Yeah, I should have done that sooner. I would just sail and come in over here. You are too much at a disadvantage now because of the Brindisi. He's getting a bit closer to you. And when you see the Brisbane next, like, you're going to be in his radar possibly, right? If I was Brisbane, I would be, I'd be kind of playing with fire here and try to get you knocked off the board if I was Brisbane. So your use on this flank has run its course, is what I would say. So just let your teammates, you've got 3 teammates here, let them deal with the Brindisi, Minnesota, and the Brisbane. Because that Brisbane, if you didn't eat the torp, I would actually have said keep staying here. You can afford to trade a little bit and try to poke them and see if you get the Brisbane spotted, knocked off the board. But you don't have the hit points to play with now to do that. So that's why I'm suggesting you go elsewhere. Like, come down in here. Maybe you can even come in back this way. I don't know what their health situation is, but maybe you can get torps off this battleship sitting here, right? Because by now you'd probably been about here-ish. But but regardless of what I'm saying, you are, like, don't think what I'm saying is the only possible solution. Like, it's just what I would be doing here. But you are doing really good with the spotting damage game right now. You have 62,000, 65,000 spotting damage. So you're playing the spotting role now. So again, if you had needed a torp, I would have remained here, kept doing what you're doing right now. But since you only have 4,000 or almost 5,000 hit points to play with, then I would consider repositioning elsewhere on the map because your team's falling apart on the other end of the map. Your cap's becoming more threatened now, right? And these guys, it's just like who gets the better shots on one another here, right? Now, what's interesting to me is that Minnesota is pushing. I definitely wouldn't be pushing if I was the Minnesota here. I would be playing with my cruisers and being further back. So 74,000 spotting. Yeah, so now you would have been about here-ish, and then we could, I would be shifting my mind like, oh, Cap's under threat. I'm just going to come and play up here. That's what I would be doing, moving towards right now. Because of you only having 4,000 hit points, like, it's a bit aggressive to go down this route, and this battleship are moving this way anyhow, so that takes any possibility out of you capping or coming in behind and doing something. So now I would focus on playing off of these guys over here and supporting them, versus being over here. So we see a cruiser who, no, he's slowing down. I thought he might be going to help out with the cap. So unfortunately, you know, with this high tier matchmaking, like, honestly, it is, it sucks for you. Yeah, run away, get away, get away. I wouldn't even be locking onto him. Like, I'd just be like, no, you're fine, bro. Because if he has priority target, he just knows people are targeting him. But, you know, honestly, these guys should be shooting at him anyhow. If Brisbane gets knocked off the board, then you could actually move up and be more aggressive here. But that's not happening yet. I'm assuming you ate a Marceau torp, because if Brisbane knew you'd eaten a torp, like, I would have already radared. Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of hit points to play with. I'm sure DC and Minnesota have been chunking him. Yeah, so threats, Caps continue becoming under more threat. Goes your Monarch. He ate Brisbane torps. Yeah, he was sitting in that channel, so 13.5 kilometer torps. So, but yeah, even though your team's kind of falling apart in this flank, teammates here, like, I would still be prioritizing the cap in this situation and trying to get maybe that destroyer, try to spot that DD. And if you had full hit points now, like I was saying, you had hit points to play with here, I would have already gone ahead and gone to the cap, because that's where the enemy team is pushing on right now. And your cruisers are now going to ditch you. Possibly. I think Schroeder's taking advantage of your spotting, but his days are probably numbered. Or is it a Schroeder? Yeah. So your days are probably numbered, or his days are probably numbered, but he's taking advantage of your spotting. But, you know, Minnesota gets 40-second cooldowns, so he's never really, it's going to be a very long time before he wins that engagement. So it's not worth you being here. Just be back at the cap. Because now see your cruisers are leaving you, so even you being here spotting isn't doing anything. Because now Brisbane is going to be unchecked. Brisbane is definitely going to push, and if you stay here, I'm assuming you're going to get lit by radar and killed by Brisbane. You're not responding to the pressure on the cap. I would already be going full throttle towards the cap now. So it's a, what's the DD? I forgot the button to use to take control of the camera. Yep, all right, Brisbane's going to radar. Okay. Yeah, again, I wouldn't have single launch torps here. I would have fan spread them out. I'm really surprised Brisbane's not radaring. Really surprised here. Because I would focus the DD threat. Gets you knocked off the board, they get more points, and your team will lose more points. There goes Seattle, because the battleships swung... No, yeah, the battleships are even becoming disinterested. They decided to come back up more this way. Yeah. So, this game still would have been a loss, most likely, despite the advice I've given you. Like, but you would have had probably more damage. You would have had some defended ribbons in already. Like, now I'd be thinking about shooting the FDG. I would smoke up as soon as he gets in the gun range and start shooting him. So I would... Nope, you've been radared. So Brisbane still... Is it? Yeah, Brisbane's only radar. Yeah, so they know you're here, right? So don't slow... Don't... So yeah, now you can say, oh, okay, now that would have canceled my plan of slowing down smoking up, because I was waiting till you got further up before doing that. Brisbane has a long duration radar, so you might actually get relit by radar here. You've shot too soon. You're going to take some secondary battery possibly now, or maybe a Brindisi salvo comes from behind. You've also got the Bourgogne here, who saw you when you got radared. I'm wondering if you're going to get relit by the Brisbane radar, maybe not. Maybe leading a little too much. Okay, not leading enough now. Maybe the second shot. Yeah, you're trying to get the superstructure. That's where you're... So you want to be aiming... Yeah, so they're going to keep blind firing you. Because they saw how low you are. Don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot. Well, actually, you're the last one. Doesn't matter. I would just keep shooting the North Carolina now. Yeah, there you go. Do some fancy jazz hand moves. Yeah, I think we might have to play together. But yeah, that matchmaking wasn't good for you, honestly. I bet your spotting's really good. You got the reason you got second. It's not because you did very little damage. Let's be honest. It's your the reason why this looks so good is because of your spotting. Yeah, I was like, you probably have at least 100,000. You have 117,000. Yeah, you were definitely responsible for damage on Brisbane, but Brisbane was also opening up as well. So your spotting damage is really good, and that's why I was saying, like, I feel like you probably would be more comfortable where you're at right now playing the Japanese torpedo destroyer line, but you want to improve, right? Like, that's kind of the goal here. So yeah, I have, if you haven't watched it, I have it's a veteran player guide series on destroyer positioning, I think, and with awareness as well. Yeah, but hopefully me kind of talking more out loud through these two videos for you has been more helpful for you to kind of understand my thought process, at least when I'm playing. If I was sucky matchmaking for you, you probably actually would have had more base XP even if you gone back to the cap sooner and got some definitive ribbons in that as well. Maybe you wouldn't have had the 117,000 spotting at that point. Probably would have been maybe around 100, but you had been fighting more at the main objective. So yeah, so that's gonna wrap it up for these videos. So thanks again for sending them in. Be kind in the comments. I'm still improving. There's still things I lack in that I want to get better at, but hopefully this has been good for you, Sleepy Salmon, and we can chat more as well. So for those of you who liked today's video, give a thumbs up. If you didn't, give a thumbs down. Subscribe if you do want to see more. If you subscribe, thanks so much, I appreciate it. And until next time, take care.